There's been a huge amount of hope from investors that there would be sort of passing of the baton from monetary to fiscal policy. Do you think it's unfolding before our very eyes?
I think hope is in there. Hope has definitely got into the share prices, that we're going to rebuild the whole of America. No one's really kind of focused on where the money's going to come from. Who are the biggest holders of US Treasury bills? Well, actually it's the Chinese, and they're the ones that have been buying them. So actually saying we're going to stick huge levels of tariffs on Chinese goods doesn't really bode well, does it?
Is that why treasuries are selling off, and we've seen, the yuan start to decline? Well, is this all those ructions that you're seeing as a fallout to the election?
It could be. Well, that's one reason that hasn't been given, is it? The China, because actually people don't want to say that, because if you say the yields are backing up because the Chinese are selling, then people think, well, actually they've got quite a lot. That is quite a lot to go. Who's going to absorb all that? And I think it's sort of been dressed up as, yeah, we're going to have a sort of reflation trade, and on we go. But it probably is the Chinese saying, hold on a minute, let's just sell these things. And we're in a market which is totally driven by momentum. Actually, if you think about it, suddenly everyone loves banks. The most underweight sector, apart from miners this year, was financials. Miners have carried out a lot of fund managers, and just when they think they've had a bit of a breather, suddenly the banks have arrived, yet another huge underweight position, and taken off. And people are almost, they're frightened to be exposed to areas which aren't performing. They want to be seen to be in that sort of momentum trade, and it's very, very tricky actually. Our recovery team at Schroders, fantastic job, bought Anglos at £2.40 when no one wanted them, loaded up with the banks, because they're going against the trend. And I just think, if you're going to make money in this market, that is the way you've got to sort of operate, actually.
You've got to do stuff which, look, you're very much how it feels, how it seems on the street. You'll go out and about, whether you're in the pub or you're walking down a high street, and you'll see what you say. And you've always been very, well, it's been anecdotal in many ways for you as well. It's been heartfelt as well. They're ugly trades, these things. I know you've famously, God, a decade ago, you said to me, the commodity sector is one that the analysts wish they'd never invented, because you just do they lose money on it very aggressively. So you've got to do ugly trades. You've got to do things you don't like at the moment to make money. I mean, like Anglo trade, the banks. Who'd have called the turn on either of those, really?
I remember that time when, so Anglos was virtually going to fall out of the FTSE 100, £2.40. The trouble is, as a fund manager, you're only born with so many nerve endings. And actually, it's incredibly attritional, because you've got all these experts telling you, I wouldn't touch commodities. 2 quarters later, you want to be long commodities.
Well, it's the same experts who called the Dow down 900 points and then obviously turned that round within, about 10 minutes to say it was the best thing since sliced bread.
Well, we came in that morning, my dealer said, market's down 5%. We put on a load of buy trades, dealers go, there's a lot of stock around, there's going to be a lot of sellers.